On Wednesday, GoPro stock dipped in midday trading after Google revealed a new clip-on camera, Google Clips, and improved cameras in its forthcoming Pixel 2 and Pixel 2 XL smartphones. Clips is a new concept for a camera. It automatically takes photos as you go throughout your day. An artificial intelligence engine inside looks for smiles, people you care about, dogs chasing their tails, and automatically captures the moment. Google says it will get smarter over time. Specifically, GoPro stock fell by about 5% in midday trading. The stock opened at $11.06 ahead of the Google hardware event. Just a week ago, GoPro announced its new Hero 6 and Fusion cameras.
One GoPro Hero 5, one GoPro Hero 6, and 3 reasons why you might want to get this one. To look at, there's almost no way to tell the Hero 5 and the Hero 6 apart. They both have the same grey waterproof exterior, the same button layout, and the same LCD display on the back. In fact, the only way to tell them apart is a teensy number 5 or 6 written in hard to read grey text on the already grey body. Even that's not foolproof, as I wasted an entire day of testing by mistakenly taking out 2 Hero 5s, even though I swear I checked the cameras before I put them in my bag. So we get it, they look the same, but you don't need to use the Hero 6 for long to realise it is, in fact, different in a few important ways. The most significant revision is an increase in frame rates across the board. You can now shoot 4K at 60 frames per second, 2.7K at 120, and perhaps best of all, Full HD at a beastly 240 frames per second. Why does that matter? Well, for your average family holiday shot, it might not, but for anything more adventurous, it means super slick, slow motion action. In older GoPros like the Hero 4 and the Hero 5, you could shoot in 4K, but there was no high frame rate, which meant if you wanted to do anything slow-mo, you had to pick a lower resolution. Now, you can keep the highest quality setting and get a little bit more out of your action with half speeds. That's nice, but as I hinted earlier, 1080p at 240 is where the real slow-mo action is, with at least an 8x reduction in speed, depending where you're starting from, at full HD. There is a slight trade-off. GoPro's using a new file format, HEVC, which isn't as well supported as conventional H.264. But there are workarounds, and with Apple using the same format in the iPhone, you can be sure that desktop PCs will catch up soon enough. Let's talk about stabilization. Shaky hands have ruined more GoPro footage than almost any other factor. You might think you have a steady grip, but let me break the news to you gently, you do not. Just walking and holding a GoPro is a surefire way to record wobbly, unusable junk. The Hero 5 introduced EIS, Electronic Image Stabilization, which helped, but only a little. The Hero 6 still uses EIS, but it is much, much improved. This time around there's less image cropping going on, only 5% down from 10 last time, and the camera stabilizes in more directions no matter what frame rate and quality you're shooting in. The result is a much smoother, more natural video. It's not as smooth as using a gimbal of course, but this one feature alone will make your footage look so much better, which in turn means a lot less ending up in the trash can. Now the third reason is important. Image quality is noticeably improved. To be fair, GoPro cameras have inched forward on image quality with every release, but there's always been that kind of GoPro-y look. Sometimes the color can be a little autumnal, other times it's the fluffy edges thanks to the wide-angle lens. With Hero 6, the main improvement is in the color. It's much more vibrant. When I tested the 5 and the 6 literally side by side, the blue sky and green of bushes and trees really pops like a lot. There's also a generally sharper image. I still think the edges can get a little fluffy during weird light situations or when there's a lot going on, but the Hero 6 is doing a much better job at keeping things looking sharp. There's also, for the first time, pretty much full manual control over your exposure in Pro Tune mode. This means you can force a slower shutter speed or a low ISO number, giving you a lot more control over your camera. Other minor tweaks we loved include smooth linear zoom rather than the incremental step zoom, and proper HDR for photos. The Hero 5 had something called WDR, which was a step in this direction, but in the Hero 6, dynamic range is much improved. So far, we've discussed 3 solid improvements, but there's still one reason that might give you pause to purchase: the price. At $499, GoPro's best camera ever is also its most expensive camera ever. The company tells us that by making its own processing chip, the GP1, it was able to keep costs down. Which begs the question, what would the Hero 6 have cost if it didn't have the GP1? The Hero 6 costs $100 more than the Hero 5 did at launch, and no matter what chip is in it, that's still a slice of change for most people. That said, it all boils down to whether the 3 reasons I've mentioned are worth it to you. At about $33.33 each over the Hero 5, I'd say it's worth it if you really want the best GoPro there is.